What is up, Karatics? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Trip Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for August 1st through August 7th, 2024. In regards to new content, the new Benefactor Vorschlag hammer is now officially available for all players on the Summer San Andreas website, and that will conclude the drip feed cars for the Bottom Dollar Bounties DLC. Now, there are certain drip feed events that we're still missing, like the Aircraft Carrier Adversary mode and of course the Halloween content. But again, in regards to cars, there are no more drip feed cars for this DLC. Also, the community did in fact complete the pizza delivery community challenge from last week, so everyone will be receiving the new Pizza This t-shirt just for logging in this week. But anyways, the current prize ride for this week is the Ocelot Ardent. It's primarily based on the Lotus Esprit Sport 300 and has a normal price of 1.15 million. To get it for free this week, you have to place top 5 in an LS Carmate Series race for 4 days in a row. A bit ridiculous there for the day's requirement, but anyways, in regards to performance, it's in the Sports Classics class and is one of the top 3 quickest non-HSW vehicles in that class alongside the Turismo Classic and the Cheetah Classic. It's a good thing Rockstar made it usable in races a couple years ago with the Drug Wars DLC. Plus, it offers some decent customization options, the machine guns out front, and just a generally nice driving experience. It's a great overall car for sure. Continuing to the test ride vehicles for this week, we have the Comet S2, the Growler, and the Previon. Now, none of these are Remove website cars, however, all 3 do have exclusive liveries. And for current gen console users, we have the Banshee as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the Casino Podium vehicle, we have the Zentorno. It's primarily based on the Lamborghini Sesto Lamento, mixed with a Veneno, and has a normal price of about 700,000. In regards to performance, it used to dominate most racetracks back in 2014 when it released. Pretty much everybody owned one back then, but obviously a lot has changed over the past decade, and now it sits around 30th place in the supercar class for most tracks, not counting HSW, right in the middle of the pack sorta. Honestly, not too bad considering this car is under $1 million. And remember that the back of the Zentorno was also bulletproof, making it useful in certain mission situations. Plus, the customization was updated for it a couple years ago, so it's definitely a great car. I just wouldn't waste too much time spinning that wheel over and over considering it's only a $700,000 car at the end of the day. In terms of the dealership cars this week, in luxury autos we have the new Vorschlag hammer and the Niobe as well. Continuing to Simeons, we have the 770, the Strider, the BF Raptor, the Tornado Rat Rod, and the Enduro bike as well. And all of these are Remove website vehicles, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. Moving on to the discounts, in terms of property discounts, we unfortunately don't have any this week. Continuing to the vehicle discounts, starting off on the Legendary Motorsport website, we have 40% off the Tyrant. This one's in the supercar class and is a mid-tier performing car in that class. Actually right around the same pace as the Zentorno, but the scaling of this car is way off, being way too big compared to other sports and supercars in the game. Plus, it has a slow handling flags, which makes it go slow over bumps, and the customization is very lackluster with only a few options. Just an absolute mess of a car, which is a shame because I quite like the styling of it. Next up, we have 30% off the Reaver. So this one is of course the motorcycles class and doesn't have the best handling. However, while holding a wheelie, it does have the highest top speed in that class of 163 miles per hour, just insanely quick. Obviously not factoring in the gargoyle big wheel speed method thing, but the customization of this thing is pretty decent as well. It's just the handling that's a bit of a letdown. Honestly, I think it's still a bit overpriced even with this discount. Onto the Summer San Andreas website, we have 30% off the Hot Ring Hellfire. It's in the sports class and has terrible performance, being below average in the class. However, I guess it's worth considering owning if you're ever doing Hot Ring circuit races. Next up, we have 30% off the Conjo SJ. So this one's in the Coupes class. It's one of the worst performing cars in that class, but obviously you don't buy this car for performance, you buy it for the customization, and this car has tons of it. A great one to own and customize for sure. Continuing, we have 30% off the Postlude. Similar situation to the Conjo SJ, it's in the Coupes class. It's the slowest one in that class, but it has a great customization and worth owning if you like the styling of it. Moving along, we have 30% off the Reinhardt, which is strangely repeating from last week, but anyway, it's in the sedans class and is one of the top 3 performing cars in that class alongside the Shankwamila Mila and the Shafter V12. Great styling, great customization and driving feel. And lastly, on Toledo's Travels website, we have 30% off the Annihilator. Honestly, I don't see a reason in buying this one since it already spawns at various helipads in the game for free, and being an OG aircraft, it has no customization, so yeah, just a waste of money in my opinion. Moving along to the gun van with the following weapons available this week, and 50% off the stun gun as well. In regards to triple money, we have triple money NRP on taxi work. For double money, we have double money NRP on SC Classic races and drift races as well. A bit disappointing, but with a new car this week, it kind of makes sense. In regards to the weekly challenge this week, if you complete 6 drift races, you'll receive 100,000 and the Rockstar helmet as well. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robberies from the Salvage Yard business, again, these only change once per event week. We got the McTwenty robbery with the Deity, the Gangbanger robbery with the Jugular, and the cargo ship robbery with the Weevil, and to mention, obviously none of these are claimable this week. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trial is Legion Island 2. I highly recommend a quick bike for this one. For the premium race, we have the Supercar Race Cutting Coroners. I highly recommend the Emerus, Krieger, or Amaggio for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Weaponized Ignis or the Cyclone 2. And lastly, for current gen console users, the HSW Time Trials Pacific Bluffs. As always, the HSW Hakuchi Dragon with the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, honestly I kind of have to pick the Reinhardt again. The other vehicles on sale are just not the best value to me as an overall vehicle, but yeah, I think the Reinhardt is just a well-made car for the styling, driving and feel, customization, and performance you're getting for it being a top 3 car. Anyways guys, overall this event week I would say is slightly above average. The Vorschlag Hammer being officially available is nice, but no new events, no properties on sale, and pretty lackluster double money, and the discounts really aren't that great either on the cars. I can't give this week more than a 6 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Anyways, again guys, thanks for watching, hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.